be a goo-goo too. Thanks very much.
Further discussion, Representative Thatcher.
Thank you. I don't know how to follow that goo-goo speech. To the bill.
To the bill.
Being a small business owner like many of you, and we all have family budgets, it just makes sense to keep track of what's coming in to our budget, what's going into the bank account, and what we're spending on our everyday items. And after serving on the Government Accountability Committee the last few years, we all helped and contributed to improving oversight and auditing of state agencies. And everybody I've talked to, everybody says that this website seems like a no-brainer. And just like I mentioned, the families, we use our checkbook. We see how our money's being spent. We need to put our state's checkbook online for all to see. I hear from folks all the time who will say it's hard to figure out what the state is spending, how they're spending our state tax dollars. We see reports in the press, but we want to know the real dollar figures. And those of you on Ways and Means and Revenue, bless you, because I think you must have been bequeathed with some sort of PhD and secret decoder ring to figure out what the heck our state is doing with all the money and how it's divided out. And it shouldn't be that complicated. A national study last year showed that a third of all Americans search the web for information on government taxes and spending, but most are disappointed in the lack of good, easily understandable information. That is what's lacking, easily understandable information. And that's where we want to get. Former Supreme Court Justice Brandeis once said, "Sunlight is the best disinfectant," and that's very true, referring to government openness and transparency. Essentially, the first version of this particular website is going to be very basic. It's not going to be as elaborate with the specialized features and bells and whistles that we all were working toward, but we will eventually get there, because we have to work as a state on developing a uniform accounting system and databases that will actually talk to each other. That was one of the big hurdles that we were encountering. But we do want to get it up and running as fast as possible with some good information for taxpayers and links to important areas like state audits and contracts for the new stimulus package and other things. And this is all information that is already public record. We will link to every agency, and at least with the basic stuff such as their budget or their pie chart. This would be for the executive, legislative, judicial, treasurer, secretary of state, et cetera. And we were developing a mock-up website for you to see when this came to the floor. We were expecting that it might happen tomorrow. But you will find in your boxes, your inboxes in your office, an example that you can see what we're thinking as far as what this website might look like. And I think this is definitely a good bill and should pass.